Hello and welcome to What We Wrote. I am Emma.
I'm Esme. I nearly forgot my name. Shit, I'm up.
Let's try that again. I was like, are you not going to do your bit? Try again. Hello and welcome to What We Wrote. I am Emma.
And I'm Esme.
And we are two friends who have been writing together for decades. This is a special bonus episode of the podcast where we are beholden to no one. We'll be talking about books in depth, our favorite or least favorite tropes, writing tips, and whatever the hell we want, really. Mm-hmm. And this week is the first of our very special indie author book spotlight. And we are talking about The Next Round by Eva Frances, a book neither of us had read till now, and which has been independently published.
Yes. So we did a call out on TikTok, basically, and we're like, hey, are you? And we're only focusing on Australian indies at the moment because we are Australian and Australian indies deserve more love.
Yep.
So yeah, we put a call out on TikTok. Heaps of people applied, which is awesome. It is still open, so keep applying because we're going to be doing a few of these. They're not on any like real schedule. They'll just be sort of, fitting in around our time.
Yeah, when we can fit them in around the other bonus episodes we have planned.
Yeah. But this is hopefully the first of many.
Yes. And we should probably just say that we are actually test driving a remote recorded episode. So if there's any variations in, the way that we sound or anything like that, it's because we are not actually in the same room, house, or even state at the moment. Oh no, we are in the same state, barely.
Yeah.
But yes, we're not actually recording this in the same place, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it might be a little different, but if this works, it will be easier. And you might get more bonus episodes out of it because we won't have to wait until we actually see each other. We can just record whenever, which would be cool.
Yes, we won't have to try and cram them in around doing the regular episodes as well.
Yeah, the regular episodes we'll still be doing in person because we have to read from the book, so it's kind of hard to not do that in person. But for these, at least, hopefully it'll free us up a bit. And then also, exactly. And then also we are planning on more guest episodes this year as well. And so that will probably be using this sort of
setup
software. Yep. Because people live, look, Australia is a real big place, y'all. So
it is. People live all over the place.
Everybody's everywhere. So we've got a few people kind of tentatively lined up. We have confirmed we're going to be talking to Tracy from Folio Fox Printing. So they're based in Melbourne, and so they're a printing company. Basically, they print your books and stuff. So it's going to be really interesting. We might do a call out for questions because I don't know about you guys, but when we published Revelation, we didn't know anything. It was like, because it's like, and I knew that paperweights and stuff was a thing, but I didn't really understand like what they meant or anything like that. So it will be, I think really interesting to talk to Tracy and learn a little bit about it all. Watch this space. No, I do want to allow. How do I allow that then?
Yes. You figured it out?
We're currently using this device, so if you select don't allow. Oh, what? Oh, I don't know if that was right.
Is it any better?
The volume was down on the
Cool.
All good. I figured it out.
Great.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
Okay. Can I just talk again? I'll just make sure it's not coming out of my computer.
Yes. I am talking.
Okay.
Saying things. Yep. Okay.
Definitely not coming out of the computer.
Okay, perfect. Great.
My bad. Although I can't hear me is the only annoying thing.
Can't you just hear yourself?
No, not through the mic.
No, I mean, like, can you not just, because like I can just hear my words with my ears.
Yeah, but it sounds muted and weird and I don't like it.
Oh, your headphones are too good at blocking out the sound.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, fine.
You just have to trust that the words are coming out of your mouth.
I don't know.
You clearly don't spend enough time in online meetings. I'm like so used to this.
Well, no, most of the time I'm like the only person in the thing, so I just use the mics, the normal things.
I'm always using headphones because I'm usually taking meetings in the office. So okay. Ready to resume?
Yes.
Okay, so I suppose we should do our spoiler-free reviews. So did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I think do need to preface this with I don't read a lot of contemporary romance, but yeah, I did like it. I enjoyed it. It's yeah, no, I did enjoy it. I found the main character surprisingly relatable in some cases, which is difficult for me. Like I don't often relate to the main characters in contemporary romances, which, you know, is fine. It is what it is. A lot of people obviously do relate to them. I think if you're a fan of the genre, then yes, I do think you will really, really like this book. Because even though I'm not a huge fan of the genre, like I have read it and I do enjoy a bit of it. Like, yeah, even though I'm not a huge fan of it, I still, you know, this was quite a fun read for me. So yeah, I really quite liked it. What about you?
Yeah, great. Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, look, honestly, I just really don't love contemporary romances. It's really not my favorite genre. I just struggle a little bit to get into them. But yeah, it was a quick little read.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was quite quick. I mean, I read it in one day, in 6 hours, but that was you know, and it's on Kindle. I feel like you read faster on Kindle. But
I don't think I'd read faster on Kindle, but I guess because I also read it on the Kindle, which I don't normally do, and so I have no idea how big this book was. So I can't say whether I read it faster or slower than usual, but it didn't feel like it took me very long. It's fluffy. It's cute, fluffy.
It is cute.
And, you know, I will say if I was going to read a contemporary romance, I would certainly rather read one set in Australia. I did find it being set in Sydney quite fun.
Me too, actually. Yeah,
it is an area that I know quite well.
Yeah,
so
especially when she was like talking around. Yeah, especially when she was like talking around going about like the rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that. So yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice. And yeah, I found Andy fine. I didn't really find her very relatable. She likes kids way more than I do.
Oh, well, no, I didn't. I didn't find that part relatable. But you know, sort of earlier on,
she's an anxious mess.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess that, and yeah, maybe that's what I mean. Like just the train, her brain.
Yeah, the spiraling.
Yeah, just I don't know. It just it kind of made sense.
Yep. I really liked some of the side characters, and I found Chris, who's the main romance love interest, the MMC. I found him quite sweet. Like he was a nice guy.
Golden Retriever vibes for sure.
Golden Retriever vibes, yeah, definitely sweet. Yeah. So yeah, I had enough fun with it for somebody who really doesn't enjoy the genre very much. And I have actually read a few recently, so I feel like that probably colored me a little bit because I was like, oh god, another one. But I very much, if you are a fan of the genre, I think this is probably one of the better ones I've read. So
yeah, true.
I would say if you're a fan, then definitely give it a go.
Yeah, one you should pick up.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay, well, let's get into the spoilery bits.
Get into the nitty gritty.
So, from here there'll be spoilers. You are warned.
Dooby
dooby doo.
Dooby dooby doo. Okay.
Dooby dooby doo. Okay.
That's it. End of the podcast.
I know, I'm like, fuck. Because the only things I wrote down were the things I didn't like.
Same.
Because
And now I can't remember any of the good stuff.
no, I'm like, was there good stuff? Was there anything I liked about this? Okay. All right. Stop drinking.
I'm hydrating. It's good for me.
Okay, so how about let's start with some of the not so good things, get those out of the way, and then we can end on a good note.
Okay,
So
sure.
if I was going to be a bit picky, I would say the thing that, what are we here for? The thing that I found pulled me out of the narrative the most was there are some really odd tense changes in some of the chapters.
And I guess, like, I think of a lot of that, like, you see these sorts of errors in indie books, I think, a lot.
Yeah,
because
exactly, because
they
editing
are
is expensive.
exactly, they're self-funded.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm not saying that this didn't have editing. I think it probably did, but
Yeah, definitely. It's better than a lot.
Exactly, it's way better than a lot.
Yeah.
But I think there's still, like, you know, like what we did with Revelation, like we were able to put it through one round of editing. But, you know, in like trad publishers, like they go through multiple rounds of editing to get through all this out. So yeah, I did get a little bit of that. It started better. So I think she probably worked on the first few chapters more. And then, same. You do because you want to pull them in. And then it does sort of wander a little bit.
And it's like it was just the weird thing about the tenses, right? Because I really didn't notice a lot of other typos or janky sentences or anything like that. It was just this weird thing, and I found it happened very often at the start of a chapter. There would be a line here and there that just suddenly becomes present tense
or past. I think most of it was supposed to be in present.
I don't remember.
But then, and I think that's why it got a bit janky, because it was supposed to be in present tense, but then the main character would think about what she'd done, like in the start of the chapter. She'd sort of give us a bit of a rundown of what she'd been doing to get to the point of where she was in the chapter. And so, like, that's a little bit of that. And then I also think, and I don't know, my first thought was, because in this book, there is some, like, and I did kind of enjoy that. I got a little bit confused, but I did also think it was quite a cool
the timeline
device. Yeah, the timeline was a bit, because this is a second chance. Yeah, exactly. This is a second chance romance.
We should probably say something about what the book is about, right?
Oh, shit, yeah.
We missed that bit.
So good at this.
We've been doing this for 2.5 years now. Okay, rewind before we started complaining. So this is a second chance.
Should we just edit this bit out and put it in the front and then
start again?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Leave our fuck ups in there. Let's commit to the bit. Okay, so nobody listens to this podcast because they think we're good at it. So it's second chance romance. It's about Andy, who is she's like a marketing person, marketing /
creative
something
sort of. She does.
Oh no, she does. No. So I think she used to be a marketing consultant, and then now in the present timeline, she's in like she does
project management kind of thing, isn't it?
No, it's like a PR. That's the word I was looking for.
That's right. Yes.
It's like PR stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, she used to be a marketing consultant. Now she does PR stuff. And Chris, who is a bartender, who also his family owns like a string of restaurants. And there is romance between these two characters, and that is pretty much the plot of the book, obviously. But as Ez was trying to say, it's in two different timelines because they met.
Sort of...
in I don't know how many years ago it was. 7 years, 5 years, 7 years. I think they met.
I think it was 5.
Like 7 years.
It was It was they met 7 years ago, but it was 5 years since she'd seen him.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So there's like one timeline where we're going through the first 2 years that they knew each other, and then there's another timeline 5 years later when they're like re-meeting and reconnecting.
Again.
The second
Which
time.
I did like. Yeah, I did like, because it did create a bit of, like, I did find myself being like, what happened? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
what fell apart?
A bit of
Because,
a
like,
mystery.
yeah, exactly. And it was like, it was quite obvious that they kind of gravitated quite naturally towards each other. And like, for them, and like, I will say, I don't normally like second chance romances,
No,
because
me neither.
it's a little bit like, if you broke up once, like,
Yeah.
there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Or that my other complaint on the opposite end is like for second chance romances is that the reason they broke up feels really, really flimsy.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's some dumb misunderstanding,
Yeah.
or like,
Yeah.
what have you, and you're just like.
But I found this one, like, quite fine. Like, this one didn't, like, this second chance didn't enrage me in any way. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And it made sense in a way that I was still able to then, like, root for them to get together, essentially, because I was like,
absolutely.
I think they do deserve a chance, kind of thing.
And I think the best thing, like you said, about the dual timelines is that you do spend most of the book being like, what the fuck happened? Like, what went wrong here?
What went wrong? Yeah, exactly.
because like, it's a bit of a slow burn as well. Like, in the flashback chapters, like, it does take quite a long time before Chris and Andy start to like
actually act on their feelings.
Actually get together and actually act on things. So it is quite kind of like, I did spend a lot of time being like what happened? It seems good. They like, both of you seem like good people, so it doesn't feel like one of you would have done something like horrific to cause this breakup. Like, why have you not spoken in 5 years? Like, that's a long
big
time.
Thing. But then also, like, they hadn't spoken in 5 years, but then when they did get together, even though it was like awkward, there was like zero animosity or anything like that. So I was like,
it felt awkward more than anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, what could happen to like break you guys apart that this would be the sort of outcome? So I did find it a little bit confusing in places, but I did, towards like the end of the book, I started to figure out, like, it was a little easier to figure out which timeline we were in.
I honestly found the opposite. That's very interesting that you say that. Yeah, I actually found I could keep track of it better at the start of the book. And I actually found, as I worked my way through the book, I was losing track more and more often of what timeline I was in. And I think it may have been, I guess they almost kind of converge in a way, right? When you think about it, because like, as the flashback timeline carries on, Chris and Andy are getting closer and closer together. Well, no, I mean, like, emotionally. I see. Right? So like, they, when they meet, they're like, they don't know each other, and then they kind of get to know each other, start to fall in love, act. And then in the modern day timeline, it's like, oh, we're really awkward. We haven't seen each other in 5 years, and then we're slowly getting closer together and falling in love again. So I feel like the Andy and Chris's relationships to each other got more and more similar as the time went on. And so I found it, I kept going like, oh, and because it was a stupid Kindle, I hate reading on a Kindle, like, all power to people who love Kindles. It's not for me. But I couldn't just flip back to the start of the chapter and be like, shit, where was I?
You can go to the contents though. Well, in a Kindle you can. So I would just like,
and I don't know how to use it.
Okay, yeah. So, because I did the same thing, I would just go to the contents and you'd click on the chapter and it'd be like that one, and then you have a thing and it takes you back to the page that you were on.
Yeah, it's like a whole faff. Anyway, but yeah, I don't like Kindles. I like having my pages. I can just flip.
I mean, same.
But yeah, so I found I actually got more confused as the book went on.
I get that. I do think I agree with that to some extent, but I think also I became a little bit more familiar with what was happening in each storyline. So when they'd mention something, I'd be like, oh, okay, so we're in the past, because like a lot of the stuff when they were in the past was all centered around the best friend, whose name was Kit. They were all centered around like Kit's engagement party and Kit's wedding and stuff. So whereas in the present day, obviously they're married and they've got kids and stuff. So that kind of helped me keep it a bit straighter.
Oh yeah, I mean, like when I say I was confused, it was like half a page where
A
I was like, "Hang on,
momentary,
I've forgotten where I
am I?
am."
Yeah,
And then yeah, like you say, there would be some kind of context clue or something. Because like I said,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how to go back and check, so I just had to keep reading and hoping I'd figure it out. And so yeah, I would pick up on a context clue or something and be like, "All right, that's right. This is the past chapter or whatever." But yes, I definitely did find myself getting a little lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think the reason why I started talking about this was because
sorry,
I think
sidetracked.
that's a little bit. That's all right. That's what we do. I think she had intended that the past chapters had past tense, and then the present day chapters had present day tense. I think, but it did get a little bit muddled, and I'm not sure if that's what she wanted or if that's just what my brain was like, that's what you should do because this is in the past. Like I can't actually remember if that was a thing. I think it was.
I couldn't say. I honestly found like the only thing I really noted about it was I would occasionally read a sentence and be like, wait, what? That's not the right tense. And I could not tell you whether it was like the book was in present tense and the janky sentences were in past tense, or whether it was in past tense and the janky sentences, I couldn't tell you. All I remember is just reading a sentence every now and again going, oh,
right?
Huh?
Yeah. Which, to be fair, writing in first person, hard.
Oh yeah.
Like we've just been, because we've like been writing. I know All's Fair and Living to Die were in first person, and yes, they are not exactly the pillars of success. But since then, we have been pretty much writing exclusively in third person.
Yes, because it's better.
Exactly. But recently, with some of our new, like it's not a real project that we're just fucking around because we like writing.
Yeah, we're writing it for a friend, really.
For a friend. Well, yeah, and for us. And for us. Yeah. But yeah, we started writing that in first person. And I found that the tenses were tricky in first person. I think they're trickier than third person.
Yeah, that could be true.
Yeah.
I haven't really been paying that much attention because like you say, we're just doing it for ourselves. So I'm just like banging it out.
Zero editing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, does the tense change? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess while we're on things that were not so good, these are such nitpicky complaints though. Like, I feel like we did when we were doing the Songbird and the Heart of Stone books, where I'm like,
we were just
finding something to whinge about. My biggest complaint, and this is such a minor gripe, but like, why are we calling soccer football?
I got confused.
Set in Sydney.
Yeah.
I spent so much of this book being like, what sport are we talking about? Because she kept saying football.
I know, but I will say though that even in Australia, fans of soccer call it football. Like big fans, I'm talking about.
But like
the only people who call it soccer are the kind of people who don't really care.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have said Andy was a soccer fan. Like, we're being told the story from her point of view, and like she doesn't seem like she actually gives a shit about soccer at all. She's only been to Chris's game once.
Everyone around her does though, and you do tend to like parrot people. Like,
I don't know. It just felt very like confusing. I mean, it was confusing.
I feel like at the start,
figure out.
I feel like at the start she should have like actually led with
clarified.
Yeah. Oh, when I say football, I actually mean soccer, but everyone around me is a football fanatic, so I just call it football now, kind of thing. Like, I feel like that would have been helpful. Because it's set in Australia. When you hear football in a book that's set in Australia, you automatically think of NRL,
rugby. Yeah, exactly. So and the thing is that like, she didn't even need to spell it out that much. Like, I would have taken any sort of context clue. Because the only way I figured it out was when eventually she mentions
offside rules and stuff, I think.
She mentioned that. Manchester United.
Oh, that's right. And the Chelsea and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that she talked about like British soccer teams, and I was like, we must mean soccer. But like, because some of the other things, because she said, like, oh, Chris like tackled me
Yeah,
you know, which he knew how to do from football. And I was like, so he like crash tackled you? Like, what are we talking about here? I don't understand.
A soccer tackle and a rugby tackle, very
different. Very different things.
One's an assault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, like even, you know, just trying to drop some kind of a context clue about what sport we're talking about, and I would have forgiven it. But I'm like, literally, we're somewhere in the depths of like the third quarter of the book before I figured out what fucking sport we were talking about.
I feel like it was quite late.
It was deep in.
Yeah.
And you know, like as a I guess as a rural Australian rather than like a Mosman Australian, which is really what this book is about. You know, like I grew up around footy and people playing footy, and so like hearing football refer to soccer was very janky to me. And I'm imagining a very different kind of guy.
Yes,
right?
I was just going to say
like,
that as well.
This is the thing.
Like, like soccer players are quite
player and a soccer player.
Yeah, exactly.
Very different kinds of guys. So when I'm picturing Chris in my head most of this book, I'm picturing an NRL player. Like I'm picturing a man with legs like tree trunks, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a very different kind of, I guess, experience to picture in your head. So yeah, it would have been nice to kind of have a bit of clarity around that. You know, but like I said, it's like such a minor fucking thing. It was just, it was one of the things that kind of jumped out at me as something that annoyed me.
Yeah, fair enough. I think one of the other things that I'm not going to say annoyed me, but was just like not the strongest was Chris himself.
Mr. Personalityless.
Yeah, he didn't have like, he was very sweet, like he was very, very cute, very golden retriever vibes, but beyond that, I couldn't really tell you much about him. He was a bit blank canvasy, almost like an insert your fantasy here kind of thing. And I don't know, that might have been the appeal.
Maybe.
But like considering, and I think the only reason I noticed it, because I like a lot of her side characters are quite strong. Really good. They're really, I really enjoyed a lot of the side characters. So by comparison, Chris, who is like the MMC, just seemed a little bit less.
Yeah, and you just kind of didn't really get much of a sense of like, what does Chris do when he's not on screen? You know, like he's kind of one of those characters where I feel like when he's not with Andy, he's just sitting in a box somewhere.
Yeah,
like
He's nothing without
like, I know,
her, like quite literally.
Oh, he has. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, he has hobbies. Like, you know, oh, he plays football and like, you know, he runs these restaurants and he likes mixing drinks and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, that's stuff we know about him, but it doesn't really feel like he doesn't feel.
Yeah, I never really understood why he was so drawn to Andy. Like, what, like his, like,
but I feel like the same goes for. Kind of thing. But I feel like this, like, it's like, yes, like, it's not really clear why he likes Andy, but it's also, I think, paralleled. So there's this character Ray who is like the evil ex. You know, the cliche blonde Victoria's Secret model, evil ex kind of situation. And like, because Chris is such a like golden retriever, he seems like such a nice guy. At no point did I really feel like I understood why he'd been with Ray, or like where that relationship came from. Like,
or like even like how it ended, like, because he's such a golden retriever, like I don't think he'd have the balls to dump somebody. Well,
exactly. And it seemed like she still wanted him, so would she have dumped him? Like, what?
It just seemed a bit weird.
And I think it comes back to that basic thing that Chris just doesn't have much beyond vibes. He just he's just vibes. He's all vibes.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he looks like.
No, but me neither. But that's nothing new.
No, that's not normal. That's
I like that. That's standard for me.
Is he? I feel like I want to imagine him as blonde, but I feel like he actually had dark hair. But I literally don't know. He's just like he's just like a void of a man.
Yeah, and I think it was just really like emphasized because all of her side characters were really quite strong,
Really good,
especially her female side characters. Like Kit was
Yes.
really, really well fleshed out. She was really
which makes
I
me
really
have to
liked her.
wonder, like maybe it's a problem with writing male characters. that,
Although Kit's husband was all right. He had a fair bit of personality.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
I found him. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. I found him quite good and fine. There was another dude who was with the other side character. Yeah, and Hannah, who I feel like I feel like they're going to be a spin-off.
They do feel like a spin-off.
Yeah, because like, and I think that's a thing in romance at the moment because it's really hard. It's really hard to do series in romance because you're having to keep like break them up every book, and that just gets tedious.
Yes, and everybody hates that.
Exactly. So now what I've noticed people are doing is they set up side characters in one book, and then that's what the next book's about, and so that creates the series.
The friend, the brother,
exactly. Yeah, the flight attendant, whatever.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's kind of where she's heading with this, which is fine.
For sure.
I didn't mind that. I found it quite interesting.
I mean,
sort of just little in the background sort of thing. Like they were, there was something.
I don't know if I really knew enough about Hannah and Brody that I would be like, oh man, I really want to pick up a book with them.
No,
like they were almost too sidelined. Like I would pick up a book about Kit and Mike because they were really interesting. Well, I mean, obviously they're married and have kids, so like that's not kind of an option. But like, spoilers. But like I can see myself wanting to spend more time with those characters because they were interesting, they were fleshed out, they seemed like cool people. Whereas Hannah and Brody felt like they were just kind of names on the page. Like I could not tell you a single thing about either of them.
No.
Other than that they are friends with Kit and Mike or cousin. Is someone is Brody related to Mike?
No, Hannah is Kit's sister, I think. Ray was the cousin of Mike, I think.
Okay, sure.
because he is best friends with Chris. And then that's how Chris and Ray met.
Right. Yeah.
It's a whole, and it is a little bit of like kind of a bit of a found family kind of vibe. Because I think they do have that. So
but I mean, I think like he's sweet enough. And
he's very sweet. He didn't do anything questionable, which is a big thing because I do find in a lot of romance, or sometimes they do some things that I'm like, I don't think that's cool.
Especially when there's the kind of started off as an asshole and gets redeemed, but sometimes they go way too far on the asshole.
Sometimes you're just an asshole and there's no like, coming back from that. Like
you suck.
Exactly. And then you're questioning the FMC because you're like, how can you look past that? Like whether he's a monster. Like you can forgive by all means, like if he redeems himself and he forgives, great. I still wouldn't go there.
But also, and I also do feel like a lot of the time in that particular trope is kind of like she redeems him a bit, or like she helps him get redeemed, and I'm like, okay, that means you were willing to go there before he fixed himself, and I probably wouldn't have done that.
It's almost like it's a little bit of Elizabeth and Darcy, but I feel like they kind of missed the part where Darcy fixed himself.
Yes, she told him he was an unmitigated asshole, and then he went and fixed himself.
And he went, got it. I'll do something about that. Thanks for the heads up.
Yes, exactly.
So I think that there's a little bit of a disparaging there, but I will say that he was refreshingly red flag free.
Nice.
I kept almost waiting for it though. Like even like when they sort of started getting together and she was really like wishy-washy, I was like, you're well within your rights right now to be a bit of a dick about this, because she was kind of stringing him along a bit.
Absolutely.
But he was just a lamb. Like even when he did get upset, so nice. He didn't do anything. Like he got upset and he got angry, and I think he sort of yelled a bit, but there was nothing like wrong with that. It was just very grown up sort of, you hurt me kind of thing. It was quite refreshing.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, look, to not hate the man.
Because a lot of
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
I'm like, why do you like this man?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say, like, even though Chris was a little bit of a nothing burger, I was still invested in the relationship
Yeah.
enough that, like, I have a note. So, like, towards the end of the sort of current timeline, there's kind of Chris and Andy kind of bounce off each other again, essentially, because Chris is delightful and Andy is neurotic.
Gave him so many
They
gave her so many chances.
Yeah, yeah. And so Andy goes on this whole she kind of comes to a realization like, oh, like I should go and, fix this relationship. But like she goes and like fixes her whole life first with which like I appreciate. She quits a job, she signs up for a new job that fills her cup. She goes to the library that she used to volunteer at and reads books to little children, blah blah blah. And like I'm like, can you just leave all of this for a second and go and talk to your man? I
Yeah.
need you.
I was a bit like
I
that as
was
well.
pulling
I'm
my
like,
hair
he's
out.
going to leave again. Like, what are you
I know,
doing?
right? I'm like, are you deliberately leaving it to the last minute so you can chase him through the airport or something? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was invested enough that I was like, I need you to stop fucking around. You can fix your life later. Please go
I
and
found it
speak
so
to Chris.
stressful. She was like, oh, I haven't spoken to him. And I'm like, what do you mean?
What's wrong
You
with
haven't even texted him to be like, hey, I'm just sorting some shit out. Can we talk next week? Like,
Yes.
some kind of, I was like, you need to act on this. Please.
Yes, do something. She's
yeah.
And then I went and spent my lunch break like reading kids because she originally she goes to her receptionist or whatever at her job like, oh, can I take the afternoon off? And I'm like, yes, she's gonna go and talk to Chris.
Yeah, that's what I
And then
thought
she
too.
goes to the library and then she goes and has a meeting with some other lady and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, and I guess that was a little bit though, like, and forgive me, I do have a terrible memory, but I feel like, was there something with Chris being a little bit like, why do you keep doing things that you don't actually want to do, sort of thing? So
Oh yeah, like
it might have been a little bit of her.
whole,
I'm trying
like,
to
proving
like
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So that when she does go back to him, she can be like, no, I'm serious this time. Because by this point, she has fucked up multiple chances with him.
She has.
So maybe she was sort of like, no, I need to like have some receipts before I go back. Because otherwise, like,
but I also
even though he's a golden retriever who would never, he would be well within his rights to just say no thanks.
He would be, but at the same time, does he question her at all? No, not at all.
No.
As soon as she goes back to him, he's like, oh my God,
okay.
yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for me, it was just kind of, I guess, a sign that like I cared enough about this relationship happening that I was like, can you hurry the fuck up about this? Because I am not interested in reading about you telling stories to kids. Like, I don't care. I need you to go and get with the banging with the hot
man. Yeah.
Please get on with it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, it definitely was like very like I was very invested throughout the whole thing. As I said, with the whole trying to figure out like what went wrong, how they got here. Like it was quite well like the anticipation was quite good. Which is hard because
you know how it's going to end.
Exactly, especially if you're not a fan of the genre. Like it still follows the romance like
beats.
What do you call that? Yeah, it still has the same beats, like the will they, won't they, the thing, and then the third act. It has all of those still. So, and like because all romance books have that, they're all a little bit predictable, which is fine if that's what you want. Like a lot of people get a lot of comfort from that. But
I mean, that's why people like contemporary romances.
Exactly,
is the predictability of it, right?
Exactly, they're comfortable and they're safe. But when you've got such rigid beats of a genre, it does make it hard to get surprised in them, or have something sort of come out of the corner that you didn't really see coming. So I did think she really created a really interesting way to have that like anticipation and curiosity without like completely throwing away like the genre as a whole kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think having the flashback chapters interspersed in between.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear him.
Can you lie down, please? There's
that was Penny.
Penny.
Yeah. She's left.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Yeah, you can stand there, but don't kerflump. Yeah, I think having the flashback chapters like interspersed in between the other chapters is kind of a good way to, I guess, pad it out a little bit.
Yeah.
There he goes. I knew he was going to do it as soon as I started talking again. Yeah, it kind of, in a way, kind of pads it out, right? So, you know, it gives the story something that can be happening, you know, in between the actual progression of the relationship in the sort of second chance thing. So it does kind of, I guess, drag out the anticipation a little bit more, which is something I do because, I have read a few recently, and it is that you're just kind of like, yeah, okay.
And it does give like nice little context cues as well as to what's happening in the present day, and then it'll sort of go back and be like, okay, well, that's what sort of stems from this kind of thing. So it did sort of give those little context updates throughout as well, which was quite cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a brief misunderstanding incident that did make me a little bit want to throw the Kobo. I was like, come on, girl. Like, so Andy agrees to go. So there's a convenient thunderstorm while Chris and Andy are out running together that gets them both drenched, and they have to, oh no, go back to his apartment. Oh no. And get their wet, soggy clothes off. Oh no. And then have amazing sex. Oh no. So that all happens, and they're kind of like, oh, we're kind of, you know, together now, I guess. And Andy agrees to go to Chris's soccer game to watch him play. And when she gets there, she sees Chris speaking to Ray with a kid and just like leaps. And I'm thinking, she leaps.
Wild leap.
To the conclusion.
She just took a plunge off that cliff.
She
didn't even look back.
Herself.
Hurled
herself off that cliff. To the conclusion that this was Chris and Ray's son.
Despite there being no indication that he was a dad up until this point. And they had multiple conversations where she was like, oh, you will make a great dad.
Yeah.
If he had kids, he'd probably be like, oh, well, that's useful because I kind of am one. Or like Kit and Mike, like they've been talking for 7 years.
Exactly.
Like
would
the
they
whole
not
time
have
that
told
apart. Exactly. Kit would probably be like, oh,
had
hey.
a child.
Exactly. Mike's cousin had his baby.
And like they babysit Kit and Mike's kid together. Like, so again, it's something that probably would have
come up.
And like, honestly, does Chris at any point seem like the kind of guy who would be deliberately hiding that he had a child from you? Like, as we said, he's a walking green flag. There's no way this man has a secret love child that he has been hiding from you this whole time. What is wrong with you?
That he would have known would be at his soccer game where
he invited her
to. Like,
I know.
I mean,
it was insane.
Yeah. I did.
And I get that it's like, you know, Andy's kind of self-sabotaging and that she's, you know, an anxious, spirally type person. But like that really could have been solved so quickly. Like she could have asked literally anybody. Literally anybody. Or when Chris came and was like, hey, why didn't you come to my soccer game?
Yeah, she's like, no, he should tell me. And like the poor Chris is just like,
I hate that.
Yeah. Chris is like, what's going on? And she's just like, you should know. What should he know? He can't read your mind.
It's the fucking fourth wing thing all over again, right? It's like Violet being like, well, you should have told me. And Zane being like, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to know what I'm supposed to tell you.
Well, in that case, he did know.
He did. But yes, we found out later. But as far as we know, Chris can't read minds.
No, exactly. And like, in what possible world? Because at that point as well, he thought she hadn't even gone to the soccer thing. So he didn't even know she'd shown up and seen the
She
kid.
could have possibly seen the kid.
Exactly. So even like if he'd seen her there and seen her looking at the kid, and then he might have been like, what was that about with the kid? Like that would make sense.
Why did you leave? Or,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But like he didn't even see her there. So how is he
possibly
supposed to know it's about the kid?
Zero context
No.
for why she's mad at him. And like this man is obviously trying to have a relationship with you. Like he has made it very clear that he wants to have a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And so just assuming that he would be doing that, knowing that he has a secret love child he hasn't told you, like I just what why would you think that?
No.
Like,
yeah.
genuinely, why would you think that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was she done leapt to that one.
She really did. Yeah. But you know, I do think it was a little bit like, as you said, the self-sabotagey type thing.
Yeah.
Which I do think was like sometimes that happens and you're like, well, where the hell did this come from? But with this, Andy does have a very big track record of doing that exact thing. Like it is quite in character, as frustrating as it is. I think she does that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I do, hey, can you stop licking yourself, please? Go lie down. Leo, go to bed. Go on. There you go. Good boy. Yeah, I mean, look, the self-sabotaging, definitely, I can see that. And I think that's, you know, a fair cop. And I do think that that's probably what the author was trying to do there, what she was trying to say. But I do think maybe there could have been like a slightly less insane way to maybe do that. Like a secret child is like...
It's a bit of a stretch.
That's a stretch. That's a big leap. That's we done gone a long way with that one.
And especially like even when she was talking to Kit and she finally found out, Kit took her time telling her that it wasn't his son.
Yes.
Like you know, she was talking about it and she was like, oh, he has a secret friend. And Kit went on this other random tangent to like calm her down. And only then, once Andy was like starting to come around to the fact that, okay, maybe he does have a kid and maybe he didn't tell me. Then she's like, oh, and by the way, it's not even his kid.
It's not even his kid.
Lead with that. Yes. Like, what are you doing? You're just torturing her for no reason.
I know, and it just doesn't seem like Kit would be the kind of person to be like, you know, let's make you suffer for this.
Yeah.
Like, surely if she knows Andy is the way she is because they've been friends for so long, she would just be like, girl, no, it's not his kid.
It's not his kid.
Settle down. Take a breath.
Yeah. Like I think she made tell the sad story about after the jerk boyfriend. Before she finally fessed up that it wasn't his kid.
Yeah. She's like, let's tread over your trauma about your miscarriage and all of that kind of stuff, and then and then we'll touch in with. By the way, it's not his kid.
By the way, it's not even it.
It's insane. People be making this girl suffer.
I know. No wonder she's a hot mess. She's going through shit she doesn't even need to.
Absolutely. No, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I mean, I guess the only other thing to discuss is obviously the setting, which for us as Australians is really nice to read a book set in Australia, and certainly in a city that we're as familiar with as Sydney. I did have to laugh though. At one point, I think Andy is like talking about Ray says like, oh, she lives in some swanky inner city location. And I'm like, girl, you live on the North Shore.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are in a swanky town.
North Shore is like, I feel like the Hamptons, like.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like, she lives in Mossman or some shit. Like, she can jog to the rocks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your house is worth $5 million minimum, which they own.
Yes, which
like she owns.
Yeah, which her daddy just gave her. Yeah.
Yeah. She owns
Check
a
your privilege.
house on the North Shore, and I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, these people are fucking loaded.
Yeah.
And like, you know, there was a whole big thing about like in the flashbacks about Kit and Mike moving in together, and like, you know, Kit being like, oh, could I stand to move to the wrong side of the bridge? And I'm like,
I got
girl, if you were
confused with
even
that. What bridge?
So the Harbour Bridge.
Right.
So Mike lived in the city.
Right.
So in like over the CBD side of the bridge.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Kit lived over on North Shore. So
okay.
they were discussing whether she should move to the wrong side of the bridge. And I'm like, if there is even a discussion about the bridge, it's a very wealthy area. Like, if the bridge is part of the discussion, you're rich.
Yeah.
There is no wrong side of the Harbour Bridge.
No. Yeah. If you can see it, you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So yeah, it was crazy. There was a few things in there that I was like, I don't know if people who aren't like local to the Sydney area would like clock the kind of area that these people are talking about living in.
Yeah.
But just for the record, they are crazy wealthy. Like crazy wealthy.
Crazy wealthy. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they're living in Lithgow.
Yeah, exactly. They're not out here in the
when we're talking about should we move across the highway, that's something that that's a concern.
Or across the river when I was living in Penrith.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, those are some niche references if you live in the area.
For our local audience.
Yeah.
But yes, it was nice to know what they were talking about, you know, like
and I like
to be able to picture the running route and everything like that.
Yeah,
you know,
and I do like that. Aside from the football thing, she did keep it fairly well Aussie.
Yes, definitely.
Which, because if you're a fan of the podcast, you might remember. You might have a memory like me, so you may not. I reviewed a book called, I've been calling it such silly names for so long now, I can't remember what it's actually called. I think it's called Sit, Stay, Love. And it was that one. Which was rage-inducing for other people. Probably wouldn't find that so rage-inducing, but because of my profession, I did. But yeah, that was set in Australia, and I'm pretty sure she was Australian, but she'd written it for an American audience, I think.
Yes.
And so it was like she would talk about pickups and trucks.
Oh, no, you know, that is the thing. She does use truck. Yeah.
Oh, does she?
She does use truck, and I was annoyed. Because
maybe I was just picturing, was that a ute?
Yes, I think so.
I thought he had an actual truck for some reason.
He's driving a B double through the streets of Sydney.
Or at least like a small truck kind of thing. I don't like for like.
I'm pretty sure she meant ute.
Oh.
So I mean,
makes
that
more
one,
sense as to why.
I guess she's
probably
Americanized that for because, like, yes, if you're not Australian, you probably don't know what the fuck a ute is.
But I feel like
you could like suck it up.
They do, or they Google. Like, I feel like it's pretty common. Yeah. Surely it's common now that everybody knows that Aussies call it a ute because we're weird. Like that's kind of pop culture now, right?
Yeah, even though like we invented it, so actually it should be called a ute. But yeah, no, she refers to Chris's car as a truck, and I'm pretty sure she means it's a ute. Because I don't think
much more sense.
Because they take it down to the beach and drive on the beach, and I don't think he'd be doing that in like a little furniture truck or something.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
I don't think so.
That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I think it was probably a ute.
Okay. All right.
And the only time I would give that a pass is if he's literally driving a Dodge Ram. Like if then I would say yes, okay, fine, that's a truck. It is an American. Hi, Penny.
up on her back. She's gone. I don't know where she went. Anyway,
yes. So, yes, unless it's a Dodge Ram, in which
Yeah.
case I will give you that is an American truck.
Yes, it doesn't belong on our streets. Definitely doesn't belong in fucking Sydney.
Here. No, but I would give it a pass if it's a Dodge Ram. If it is anything that was made and manufactured in Australia, or like if it's a Toyota or a Mazda or anything like that, it's a fucking ute, and we should call it a ute.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go down, they drive it down onto the beach and sit in the tray and have beers. So I'm assuming it's a ute.
That does make more sense.
Yeah. I was imagining like a VT50 or something like that. Like that's what I assumed we're talking about. I mean, I'm thinking like it's a nice ute. The man's rich. Like, it's probably one of the, maybe it's a Navara. Like,
or do we call them? Are they what rich people buy? I don't think rich people buy Navaras.
They're expensive. That's my boat. I'm like, yeah, it's an expensive car.
I don't think they buy Nissans.
Oh well, maybe. I don't know. If they know what they're about, they might. Anyway, so yes, no, she does. She's not. We cannot give her that she doesn't use truck, because she does very much.
Well, I take it all back then.
But yeah, it is. There's some interesting odd language choices, I guess.
And like I get it, because they're probably trying to reach a wider audience, because it is really hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Being an Aussie author, like, there's a reason why we wanted to support Aussie indies, is because we're in a very shallow pool where we are, and it's hard to jump out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason that we set Revelation in America.
Exactly.
But I think if you are going to set a book in Australia, you just have to commit to the bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or make your character not Australian.
Yeah, exactly.
Like make her a character American in Australia. Yeah. I would accept that. That's fine.
Great.
That's
and then
fine.
You can have the joy of explaining all the weird Australian slang to them, which
exactly.
could be fun.
Yeah,
could be fun banter.
Exactly, and it helps you're crossing your audience then, because you've got the Aussie audience, but you're also explaining what the fuck's going on to your American audience so that they can understand. So you've got that like nice crossover. So that would be my recommendation if you want to do that.
Yeah, if you're an Aussie author who wants to write in Australia and
but also wants to capture
audience, make one of your characters American, easy fix.
Easy done. Yeah, love it.
I think I don't know if I've got much more really to say about it. There's a bunch of stuff to do with kids in this book that I just really like zoned out, because I just don't really care about kids.
Same. As you can tell, because we didn't even mention it.
No, I just
except for the rage bait.
Except for the rage bait.
But I do feel like a lot of people who read contemporary romances are that way inclined. So
for sure,
you guys will love it.
Absolutely.
But also, it wasn't so in your face that it bothered me either.
No, the only thing that bothered me.
Worse.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the only thing that really bothered me was I don't know. It was Andy wanting to write little kids' books, and then like going and spending, like us having to read about her going and spending time reading story time to little kids at the library. And like,
I didn't really
get why it's there.
She was writing kids' books. That's right.
Because she was writing kids' books, right? And then she reads her own book to the little kids.
Market research.
Yeah, exactly. And I had the sense that it was supposed to be making Andy seem more endearing to us. Like, oh, she's this lovely person. She volunteers at the library. But because I'm so like, I just don't care about kids. I'm not like, kids are fine. I don't care that they exist. But like,
in any way.
I just don't really want to read about them. So I was just kind of bored, I was just like, oh, okay. Do I really want to read about this woman sitting reading kids? And like, there was so much detail to it. Like she told us the title of each of the 3 books that she read and like what the story was about. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Get me out of here. So that, that's a me gripe. I'm sure most people thought that was really sweet and cute.
Probably. I don't think that's going to be a problem for most people.
No, that's a me problem.
Yeah.
I fully acknowledge that's a me problem. That's totally fine. But yeah, I was just like, oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, funny. And I feel like that is probably one of the main reasons why we don't do a lot of contemporary romance, is because all of it is to get to that happy ending of
married with
get
kids.
married, have kids, and we're just like
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I got to the end and Andy's pregnant and everyone's like, oh my god, you're pregnant. I was like, oh.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
This is a spoiler-filled section. It's fine.
It is.
If you've listened this far, the book is spoiled for you.
But also, it's so predictable. You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, after all the, I was,
yeah. I don't feel like it. Like I was thinking, like, can you really get spoiled?
No. Like, not if you've read a single contemporary romance.
Yeah, and like that's part of the charm of them. I think that's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's why people read them, which you know is fine. I just like to, I don't know, have a bit of mystery in my books sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot less pregnancy.
Yes. But you know, this did have a little bit. Like, I did get a little bit of a surprise. Not a surprise, but I was a little bit like, oh damn.
About what?
With the like the timeline thing and figuring out what happened between the two of them, kind of thing. Like, it was like, it was like enough to keep a little bit of interest, enough to like sort of steer you away from the beats that were just like, you know, all right, and here's this bit, here's this bit, here's this bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, it was. I don't think I was ever surprised.
No, I wouldn't say surprised. But
I was engaged.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've
made it to an hour.
Yeah. And once we cut out all our fuck ups, it'll be 40 minutes or something. It's great. It's fine.
20 minutes of fuck ups.
We made it.
Is there anything else good that we can talk about? We weren't too mean, were we?
No, I don't think we were mean at all. I think we were very nice for a book we didn't really like.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's all I really have to say about.
Yeah, I think so too.
The next round.
It was a good book to start with.
Yeah, absolutely.
For our first indie spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said, like, if you are into contemporary romances, it's probably a really good book.
Yes.
So if that is your vibe, definitely check it out. Or even I would even say, if you haven't read a contemporary romance,
if you're wanting to get into them.
Yeah. Or even like, I think so I read 2 or 3 contemporary romances either towards the end of last year or early this year. I can't quite remember. And I think that's like 2 or 3 too many for me. If this was the only one I had read, I probably would have really enjoyed it.
Yes.
But the problem is, because I had already read a couple within the past few months, I was like, okay, here we go again, kind of thing. So like, even if you like do one every like year or two, it's probably like, even if you're not a contemporary romance fan, I mean, so like, if you're someone like us who it's not really our genre, it doesn't really vibe for us.
But also wanting to like stretch out a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I think if it's the only one you read, probably be really enjoyable.
Yeah, true. No, I do think I agree with that, because I've done the same thing. We have a friend who was
shout out to Lexi.
She was super into the contemporary romances for a little bit, so she gave us some of her favorites
that she wanted us to read, so that we could discuss them with her and everything.
And I think if I hadn't read those, I would have enjoyed this more, because I liked the characters in this more than I did in any of those, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And my main complaint with this book is just that it's formulaic, and that's because it's a contemporary romance, and that's what people want from this.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's what you do.
Exactly. But it would feel less formulaic if I hadn't read the formula so recently.
Yeah.
And it would have been just like a fun, cute little romance that I could have, just been like, oh yeah, that was fun. Cute. That was cute. Yeah. But because I'd read a couple sort of already, I was I'm a bit burnt out on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which doesn't take much because they're all so similar.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I rate it. I thought it was a good time.
Yeah, I definitely think it's worthwhile, and especially like given it is an indie book.
Yeah.
Like it's nicely edited.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I know
It's
we sort
nicely
of said
written.
there's like I know we sort of mentioned a couple of weird like janky things with the tenses and stuff, but like overall it was quite well written.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
that was like, as we said in the beginning,
I have no complaints about how it was written.
No.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
We often have complaints about how things are written.
Yes,
so,
we do.
So,
go and listen to our Sarah J. Maas episodes.
Exactly. So it's pretty high praise, all things considered. So yeah, I really.
Yep. Shut up, Penny.
I don't even know what she's looking at. She's looking down the hallway. Hi. So yeah, that is us. So that was the next round. That was the next round by Eva Frances. So you can buy it. So we both bought it on Kindle. You can also buy it in like paperback. I did actually see it in Unwritten Blends, which coincidentally also stocks Revelation. So you can get two. So you can head over to
save on shipping.
Exactly. Yeah, literally. You can head over to unwrittenblends.com.au and you can pick up a copy of Eva Frances's The Next Round and also Revelation by Alexis Roberts, which is our freshly off the press
fresh
book that we
freshish.
did. It's
it's our book, guys. It's our book,
guys. It's a whole thing. I probably should have it. Hang on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, it exists.
It exists in the flesh. So this is Revelation. It is an urban fantasy. Fans for if you sort of liked.
Sorry, you said that the wrong way around.
Did I? What do you mean?
For fans? You mean for fans? You said fans for.
Sure. My bad. It is for fans. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Buy it. Okay, no, I'll do it properly now.
This is going on TikTok.
Okay, so yes, this is Revelation by Alexis Roberts. That is us. We are Alexis Roberts. So this is our debut urban fantasy. It is great for fans of like the Mortal Instruments, but want something a little bit more aged up. This is a little darker. We've got queer rep in here, Ace FMC, Slow Burn, MM Romance, Golden Retriever, love a Golden Retriever, Morally Grey. It's great. So yeah, head on over to. You can buy it in several places. You can buy it directly from us. However, if you do want to buy The Next Round and this, you can go over to Unwritten Blends, which is like a beautiful little indie bookstore. I think they're in Victoria. Yeah, I think they're in Victoria. But they do also have an online store, so you can buy it online. And support indie stores, and which we are starting to get Revelation into. So Unwritten Blends is obviously one of them. There's another online store called Forever in Fiction, which has just gone live, I believe, with Revelation. There's a couple of indie stores around
the Blue Mountains.
The Blue Mountains. So the Turning Page has it. Megalong Books in Lura will have it soon. Lithgow's A Reader's Heaven will have it soon. And then, are there any? Have we got them in Yes yet?
No, not yet.
No. But yeah, we're just getting it out there. We're starting to get into like libraries and stuff, so you'll find it somewhere. Yep. And we highly recommend that you do. In the meantime, though, you can talk to us. Please do, so it doesn't sound like we're just shouting into the void. So you can reach out to us via email, which is whatwewrotepod@gmail.com. Or we are on a few various socials. So we are on TikTok, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram and
Instagram
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are under the same handle of all of them, which is just @Rewrote Podcast. And we would love it if you came along, liked, shared, interacted with us. All that jazz.
Follow us.
That'd be awesome.
Share
Rate,
posts.
review, subscribe.
Do the whole thing.
It really
does
helps.
actually help.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
And same with like if you've read Revelation and you loved it, please
Oh
leave
my
a
God,
review.
you need to please.
Please, because
it actually
makes so
matters.
much difference. It really, really does. That's how, like, you know, it gets the word out there. If you didn't like it, you don't need to leave a review. But if you did, go and tell people, please. So you can review like generally where you bought it. So if you bought it on like Booktopia or something, you can usually review it there, or Amazon. Although Amazon prices are a bit janky. So unless you've got the Kindle,
probably don't buy it from Amazon.
Yeah,
unless you're buying it for Kindle. Yeah,
unless you're buying it on ebook. But or obviously Goodreads as well is a really good platform to review on as well. That's really, really cool.
Yep.
So that would be awesome.
That's it. I think
that I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Eva Frances, for submitting your book.
Yes.
And watch this
keep an eye
space
out
for the next one. Yeah. We, as I said, we don't really have a time frame, but we will draw it out soon. And so in the meantime, if you want your book in there, just head to our website, whatwewrotepodcast.com.au. No, I think it's just .com.
I don't think so. I think it's just .com.
It's gone to WWE Federation. Just .com. So you can go to whatwewrotepodcast.com. You can find our author website there. But if you're wanting to submit, if you go to the podcast website, there is a page for indie authors and a form. Submit through the form. If you don't submit through the form, we don't put you in the draw because we only like that's where we pull all the entrants from is from that form. So
and because the form has all of the information that we need you to make sure that you are Australian and that
meet the criteria
and the title and where we can buy it and all of that kind of stuff. So if you just leave us a comment on the TikTok that we posted, it's not going to go in. So make sure you fill out the form and then we will add it to the draw.
We'll add it to the draw and we'll draw that. Probably next time we're actually together. So it'll probably be a little bit of time. But watch this space.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. That's it.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Bye.